I met my husband when I was a GED teacher and he worked for Thurston County. So it was great to fall in love and find the love of my life in my 50s. My husband loved raising kids and was very close to his boys. Unfortunately, a couple of years ago, one of his sons, who was a single parent, became a heroin addict and homeless. And we began to see the effect that was having on his little boy, who was 6 years old, Jacob. That year we decided, let's enter him in the school down the street and we'll raise him full-time here and see how he does. That was the first time I began to be a real full-time parent. My husband and I, between us, had worked for 76 years to have the freedom to retire. And suddenly we had this adorable, wonderful child, this deserving child who was really in a mess and needed a forever home. It was exhausting sometimes to have a 6-year-old in my life all the time, and I would find myself with these feelings of anger and resentment and injustice, and I would just have to break down and cry. One day in one of those tearful conversations, my friend said, "You know, I have a coworker who is in a support group for grandparents and relatives, and they met at the Hands-On Children's Museum." The great thing was we didn't have to worry about our children because they got to go play while the Kinship caregivers were able to share with each other what they're going through. And as we went around the table that night, I realized every single family has got a different kind of mountain they're climbing. We learned so much and we felt so good every time we left about facing tomorrow. And when we met with Jacob after the meeting, he had had so much fun and was learning so much there too. He really loves engineering, he loves building things. And one of his favorite areas was always the boats, where the children created channels for the water and the boats. And I could see that it was so important to him to have an effect on something. Children who have been abandoned, like Jacob was, often have a need to control things and make it feel like they have an effect on their environment. We enjoy every day with him because he's hilarious and he's smart, and he is more than anything still grateful to us for the life that we've created for him, and he thanks us all the time, which is pretty unusual for a little kid 8 years old.